Your birth month reveals the demons that could be ruining your life. Have you ever found yourself trapped in the same negative cycles, feeling like you're battling invisible forces that are always one step ahead of you? According to ancient Buddhist wisdom, every birth month is connected to certain inner demons that subtly influence your life. These aren't just random emotions, but deep-rooted tendencies that can hold you back unless you learn how to face them. Now, I want to make something very clear. Buddhism provides real, practical answers to this. Buddhism isn't just about meditation or being calm. It's a path that allows you to see clearly, to understand the causes of your suffering, and to eliminate them. When you realize which demon is tied to your birth month, you gain insight into the specific challenges you face. I'm warning you very seriously that if you choose to take the time to listen, to learn, and to apply these teachings, you will become stronger. You will find the strength to overcome the obstacles that have been holding you back for far too long. Don't underestimate the power of understanding the root causes of your struggles. This isn't just some abstract spiritual advice. This is real, and it has the potential to change everything for you. If you want a brighter future for yourself and the people you love, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notification bell right now. Share this powerful video with your closest. By doing that, you are not only helping them, but you motivate us to upload more important videos for all of you who would improve their lives. And even more importantly, take a moment to declare your strength in the comments. I am strong. I overcome all obstacles in my path. The knowledge you're about to receive is more than just insight into the negative patterns tied to your birth month. This is how Buddhism answers your deepest questions. It shows you that your suffering is not permanent, that it's not a life sentence. When we talk about these demons tied to your birth month, Buddhism explains that they are not permanent, nor are they unbeatable. They arise because of our past actions and current mental states, but we can change how we relate to them. Through mindfulness and meditation, for example, you can become more aware of when these demons show up in your life, whether it's in the form of anger, jealousy, or doubt. And by becoming aware, you gain control. Additionally, Buddhism emphasizes the importance of wisdom and compassion in overcoming these inner demons. The more we understand the true nature of reality, that all things are impermanent and interconnected, the easier it becomes to let go of harmful emotions like anger, greed, or fear. What makes Buddhism so powerful in answering this question is that it doesn't just tell you to suppress or ignore these negative qualities. Instead, it gives you the tools to understand why they arise in the first place and how to transform them. You learn to face these demons with wisdom, clarity, and compassion, rather than running away from them or letting them control your life. And once you begin to master these tools, you don't just free yourself from suffering, you start creating positive karma that benefits you in future moments, making it easier to maintain peace, focus, and emotional strength. Buddhism teaches that nothing is fixed, including your negative tendencies. If you were born in January, the demon of ignorance, avidya, casts a shadow over your life in ways that are often subtle, yet deeply impactful. This demon doesn't simply make you unaware of basic knowledge. It warps your entire perception of reality, keeping you from seeing the world as it truly is. You live in a cloud of illusion where you believe that the things around you, possessions, people, status, hold the key to your happiness. But because of ignorance, you're constantly searching for fulfillment in all the wrong places, mistaking fleeting pleasures and temporary successes for lasting satisfaction. In your relationships, the demon of ignorance, makes you see others not as they truly are, but as reflections of your own desires and fears. You project your needs onto them, expecting them to fill the gaps in your life, but this leads to misunderstanding and disappointment. The demon blinds you to the deeper, more meaningful connections that could exist because you're stuck seeing the surface of things, unable to recognize the true nature of the people around you. In your personal ambitions, this demon drives you to chase after external markers of success, wealth, recognition, or power, thinking that these things will finally bring you peace. But every time you reach one of these goals, the satisfaction slips away almost immediately. You're left feeling empty because the deeper causes of your dissatisfaction are not external but internal. Yet, ignorance keeps you from looking inward, so you continue the cycle, moving from one goal to the next, never truly finding the fulfillment you seek. Spiritually, the demon of ignorance is perhaps at its most destructive. It prevents you from seeing the truth that underlie all existence, the impermanence of life, the interconnectedness of all beings, and the illusion of the self. You remain trapped in a materialistic, surface-level existence, unable to grasp the deeper, more profound realities of life. The demon keeps you bound to the physical world, making you believe that the tangible and the visible are all there is, when in truth they are only a fraction of what existence truly encompasses. For those born in January, this demon of ignorance seeps into every aspect of your life. It clouds your vision, distorts your emotions, and keeps you trapped in cycles of suffering that you often don't even realize exist. The demon of doubt, Vicikiccha, is a constant companion for those born in February, quietly eroding your confidence and undermining your potential. While others born in different months struggle with demons like greed, anger, or pride, your burden is more subtle but equally destructive. Doubt doesn't shout or make grand gestures. It whispers in your mind, feeding you with endless questions. What if I fail? Am I truly capable? Is this the right choice? This constant internal dialogue slows you down and keeps you from fully committing to any path in life. Even when faced with an opportunity, the demon plants seeds of uncertainty, making you dwell on every potential outcome, usually focusing on the negative possibilities. This demon also invades your relationships, filling you with insecurities. You might find yourself wondering if others truly value you, or if they see the same flaws that doubt forces you to see in yourself. These doubts create a barrier between you and the people around you, making it harder to form deep connections. Over time, this isolation grows as doubt keeps you from fully engaging with those who could provide support and companionship. While other demons like anger or greed manifest more visibly, doubt is insidious. It works slowly, quietly convincing you that hesitation is caution and that overthinking is wisdom. It keeps you from taking risks, from jumping into new experiences, and from pursuing the things that could bring growth and fulfillment. You may find yourself stuck in a pattern of indecision, missing out on opportunities because you're too busy second-guessing yourself. And as time passes, the regrets start piling up. Regrets for the things you didn't do, the chances you didn't take, the life you could have lived if only doubt hadn't held you back. For those born in February, this demon becomes most powerful when you're on the verge of something significant. Whether it's a career decision, a relationship, or a personal challenge, doubt rises up, making you question everything just when you need confidence the most. It convinces you that you're not ready, not capable, and that it's better to wait, to think things over, or to play it safe. In doing so, it robs you of the opportunity to move forward, to learn from experiences, and to grow. Doubt is relentless, always waiting for the moment when you're about to take a step forward, only to pull you back into a cycle of hesitation, It thrives on your fear of failure, amplifying it until even the smallest decisions feel monumental. Over time, doubt leads you to live a life of missed opportunities, always wondering what could have been if you just had the courage to trust yourself. If you were born in March, the demon that has taken root in your life is the demon of attachment, raga. This demon does not appear with violence or force, but rather subtly and quietly entangles itself in your desires, your relationships, and your need for control. You are caught in the constant craving for more love, more recognition, more security. It is never enough. The nature of attachment is insidious. It makes you cling to things, people, or ideas, as if your happiness depends entirely on them. This demon convinces you that without these external objects, your life would crumble. Those born in March are particularly vulnerable to this demon because you naturally seek connection and harmony, but the demon twists this desire into something unhealthy. You begin to form attachments not out of love or mutual respect, but out of fear of losing what you hold dear. The more you cling, the tighter the demon wraps around your soul. You are always grasping, always reaching for something just out of your grasp, believing that if you can just hold on to it long enough, you will finally be content. But the truth is, contentment eludes you precisely because of this attachment. It creates an endless cycle of want, disappointment, and frustration. Raga, the demon of attachment, seeps into every area of your life. In relationships, you may find yourself overly dependent on others for your happiness, terrified of being abandoned or unloved. This can lead to jealousy, possessiveness, and a constant need for reassurance. The demon whispers to you that without this person, you will be alone, and so you hold on tighter, suffocating the very connection you seek to nurture. Material possessions also become a point of fixation for those born in March. Raga convinces you that happiness lies in accumulation, whether it's wealth, status, or objects. You find yourself endlessly chasing after these things, thinking that each new possession will fill the void inside you. But each time you acquire something new, the satisfaction is fleeting. The demon knows this and keeps you in a state of perpetual longing, always promising fulfillment that never comes. This demon also causes you to cling to ideas and beliefs, often refusing to let go even when they no longer serve you. You may find yourself stuck in rigid thinking, unable to adapt or change, because Raga convinces you that letting go would mean losing control. You attach yourself to these beliefs as if they define who you are, as if without them you would be lost. So, for those of you born in March, you are constantly reaching, constantly clinging, and in doing so, you are never truly free. The more you try to hold on, the more the demon tightens its grip, leading you further into a cycle of suffering where satisfaction is always just out of reach. If you were born in April, the demon that haunts your life is the demon of pride, known in Buddhist teachings as manasaiwa. Pride is a force that silently weaves through your thoughts and actions, shaping how you view yourself and the world around you. This demon doesn't come at you with obvious malice, but instead it whispers a narrative of superiority, convincing you that you stand above others. It's subtle, so subtle that often you don't even realize it's there, growing stronger with every success, every victory, every moment where you feel elevated above those around you. For you, born in April, pride is not just a fleeting feeling of accomplishment. It takes root deep inside and starts shaping your relationships. You may begin to see others as beneath you, colleagues, friends, even family. Pride blinds you. It prevents you from seeing your own flaws, from accepting that you too are human and fallible. Instead of acknowledging mistakes, you might make excuses or shift blame. The demon of pride inflates your sense of self to the point where admitting weakness or vulnerability feels impossible. But the truth is, the more the demon of pride controls you, the more fragile you become. You are constantly on edge, needing validation, needing to be seen as the best. When that validation doesn't come, the demon stirs feelings of anger, frustration, and even bitterness. You may start resenting those who succeed around you, not because of anything they've done, but because their success feels like a threat to your own standing. The demon of pride makes it hard for you to celebrate others, to genuinely feel happy for their accomplishments, because deep down it feels like a challenge to your own sense of worth. Pride also poisons your ability to connect with others. Relationships built on mutual respect and understanding are difficult when you are always focused on maintaining your superiority. The demon of pride pushes you to keep people at arm's length, not allowing yourself to be vulnerable or to admit that you need help. It isolates you, leaving you to navigate life's challenges alone, because asking for support would mean admitting that you are not as invincible as you portray yourself to be. And yet, for all the confidence that pride brings on the surface, underneath it all is a deep sense of insecurity. The demon of pride masks this vulnerability with bravado, making you feel like you have to constantly prove your worth. It turns every conversation, every interaction, into an opportunity to assert dominance, to ensure that others recognize your superiority. But no matter how much praise or validation you receive, it's never enough. If you were born in May, the demon that rules your life is the demon of greed, Lobha. Greed is not just about material possessions. It's a force that seeps into every aspect of your life, pushing you to crave more wealth, more status, more recognition. No matter what you achieve, it's never enough. You want more, and this endless desire consumes you, shaping the way you think, act, and make decisions. For those born in May, Lobha is a constant companion. It whispers in your ear, urging you to reach for things that lie just beyond your grasp, making you believe that happiness, satisfaction, or success is only found in accumulation. You chase after fleeting pleasures, convinced that if you could just get that one more thing, everything would fall into place. But the reality is that demon keeps moving the goalposts. The more you feed it, the stronger it grows, and with it, your dissatisfaction. What starts as a simple desire turns into an insatiable hunger, one that eats away at your peace of mind. In the workplace, Lobha takes on a different form. It drives you to seek promotions, power, and influence at any cost. Even when you reach new heights, that sense of accomplishment is fleeting. The demon convinces you that the next step, the next rung of the ladder, will be the one that finally satisfies. But that moment never comes. You find yourself trapped in an endless cycle of pursuit, never pausing to appreciate what you've achieved because the demon of greed doesn't allow you to. Your mind is already focused on the next thing. Lobha also affects your perception of success. You may believe that wealth and status are the only indicators of a life well lived. This demon distorts your values, making you measure your worth solely by external markers: how much you own, how much you've accomplished, how others see you. It convinces you that true happiness is something you can buy or earn. But deep down, there's always that gnawing emptiness, a void that can never be filled no matter how much you acquire. When it comes to your personal life, the demon of greed can lead to a constant feeling of dissatisfaction. You're always looking for something better, whether it's a bigger house, a flashier car, or more recognition from those around you. Contentment is a foreign concept because Lobha thrives on dissatisfaction. It convinces you that what you have is never enough, that there's always something better waiting just beyond your reach. This mindset keeps you in a perpetual state of longing, where the present is never good enough because the future always holds the promise of something more. The demon that haunts those born in June is Thina Mida, the demon of laziness. This is not just the kind of laziness where one avoids tasks or physical work. It runs deeper, infecting the mind and spirit. For those born in June, this demon shows up in subtle, pervasive ways, slowly draining their energy, willpower, and motivation. It seeps into every corner of life, making even the simplest actions feel heavy and burdensome. Born in June, you might notice that tasks seem to stretch longer than they should. What starts as a moment of rest easily turns into hours, days, or even weeks of inactivity, all while the world moves forward. Thina Mida clings to your every step, whispering that there's always more time, that nothing needs to be done right now. Procrastination becomes second nature. It's not always about physical tiredness. Often, it's an emotional and spiritual exhaustion that leads you to put off important responsibilities. Slowly, this demon builds an invisible wall between you and your goals, and without even realizing it, you become stuck. This demon is also deeply tied to self-doubt. It convinces you that the reason you're not moving forward is because you're not ready or capable. The more you allow Thina Mida to dictate your pace, the more you start to believe that you're simply not cut out for the things you once dreamed of. Your ambitions feel distant, unreachable, and this only feeds the demon further. Laziness here isn't just about not doing, it's about believing that you can't do, and thus never trying. Thina Mida doesn't manifest in grand gestures. It creeps in slowly. Days where you feel unmotivated turn into weeks, and before you know it, months have passed with little to show. The demon of laziness works quietly, eroding your potential one moment at a time, until you look back and wonder where all the time went. For those born in June, the feeling of wasted time becomes a constant companion, and yet the demon ensures that it never feels urgent enough to break free from this cycle. It steals your time, your opportunities, and your sense of purpose, all while making you feel as though you're just taking a much-needed break. The weight of Thina Mida is always present, and unless recognized, it can quietly ruin lives, trapping you in a state of constant inertia, where nothing ever changes and progress remains out of reach. For those of you born in July, the demon that haunts your life is Dosa, the demon of anger. This demon has a powerful grip on your emotions and thoughts, shaping the way you respond to the world around you. Anger isn't just a fleeting feeling in your life. It's a force that resides deep within, surfacing in moments of frustration, resentment, and bitterness. This demon doesn't act quickly. It builds slowly, like the summer heat rising toward its peak, until it explodes, leaving destruction in its wake. Anger, for those born in July, is not always about the grand outbursts. It can be subtle, like a smoldering ember beneath the surface. You may hold on to grudges for long periods, letting resentment simmer quietly in your heart. This isn't just a momentary flare-up of emotion. It's a deep-seated energy that poisons your thoughts and perceptions, altering the way you see the people and situations in your life. For those born in July, anger often masks itself as a form of control. You may think that your anger is a tool to set boundaries or demand respect, but in reality, it's controlling you. Dosa feeds off the belief that being angry gives you power over others, when in truth it isolates you. Relationships become strained, trust is eroded, and people begin to see you as difficult or unpredictable. The demon blinds you to the consequences, making you focus only on your own sense of righteousness rather than the damage your anger leaves behind. In your professional life, dosa can make you impatient, intolerant of mistakes, and quick to judge others harshly. You may feel an internal fire whenever someone doesn't meet your expectations or when plans don't go as intended. This frustration builds, making you snap at colleagues, push too hard, or retreat into a cold, resentful silence. The demon ensures that your reactions are outsized compared to the issue at hand, magnifying small errors into major grievances. In your personal life, this demon is even more destructive. It can ruin close relationships, turning moments of misunderstanding into lasting feuds. You may find yourself unable to forgive easily, holding on to anger long after the argument is over. Dosa keeps you locked in a mindset of being wronged, even when time has passed and the other person has moved on. This demon thrives on isolation, making you feel as though no one understands your frustrations, pushing you further into a solitary state of bitterness and distrust. If you were born in August, the demon that follows you is the demon of jealousy, Issa. This demon seeps into your life in subtle but powerful ways, shaping your thoughts and actions, often without you even realizing it. Jealousy for you is not just an occasional feeling. It can become a constant shadow lurking in the background of your relationships, your ambitions, and your self-worth. It whispers to you that others have more, that they are somehow better, and that their success diminishes your own. For those born in August, jealousy can be a driving force that poisons your interactions with others. You may find yourself constantly comparing your life to those around you, feeling an unspoken rivalry with friends, family, and even strangers. When someone close to you achieves something you desire, whether it's wealth, recognition, or happiness, this demon tightens its grip, turning admiration into bitterness. You may not voice it, but internally you feel a sting when others succeed in ways that you haven't. This jealousy doesn't just damage your relationships, it affects how you see yourself. The demon of jealousy clouds your ability to recognize your own achievements as your focus shifts to what you don't have rather than what you do. It turns your attention outward, always scanning for someone who is doing better, always feeling like you're falling behind. Jealousy, for those born in August, can also manifest as distrust. The demon plants seeds of suspicion in your mind, making you doubt the loyalty or intentions of others. In romantic relationships, it may lead to unfounded accusations or feelings of insecurity. You might believe that your partner is paying too much attention to someone else, or that they might be happier with another person. In friendships, the demon of jealousy can make it difficult for you to truly celebrate others' successes. You may put on a smile and offer congratulations, but inside there's a gnawing sense of envy. You want to be happy for them, but the demon makes you feel like their achievement is somehow an attack on your own worth. At work, jealousy may manifest as competition that feels personal rather than professional. Instead of seeing colleagues as allies or collaborators, the demon makes you view them as rivals, always vying for the position, recognition, or rewards that you believe should be yours. The demon of jealousy for those born in August doesn't just ruin your external life, it also eats away at your internal peace. It turns your thoughts into a battlefield where you are constantly fighting feelings of inadequacy and bitterness. If you were born in September, the demon that ruins your life, according to Buddhist teachings, is the demon of fear, Bhaya. This demon is not something external, but an internal force. woven into the very fabric of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Baya grips you, making sure that fear is a constant undercurrent in your life, affecting your choices, your relationships, and your sense of self. It doesn't just appear in moments of danger, it thrives in your day-to-day life, feeding off your anxieties, your doubts, and your inability to trust the unknown. People born in September often find themselves held back by Baya. You might hesitate to take risks, even when the opportunity for growth or success is right in front of you. Fear whispers in your ear, convincing you that failure is inevitable, that you are not strong enough, skilled enough, or deserving enough to succeed. In relationships, the demon of fear works quietly, yet persistently. You fear rejection, so you keep your distance, never fully opening up to the people who might truly care about you. Fear of loss makes you cling to things and people, suffocating the very connections you want to preserve. In your career, Baya stifles ambition. It tells you that it's better not to try than to try and fail. You might find yourself in a job or a role that feels safe but unsatisfying, because Baya has convinced you that chasing your true passion or stepping into a leadership position is too risky. What if you fail? What if you embarrass yourself? Even in moments of stillness, when you are alone with your thoughts, the demon of fear doesn't let up. It manifests as worry about the future, as dread about what might happen next. You might find yourself plagued by what-ifs. What if things go wrong? What if disaster strikes? Baya also clouds your spiritual journey. Fear of the unknown makes it hard for you to surrender, to let go of control, which is essential in walking the path of enlightenment. You fear what lies beyond the veil of your everyday understanding, so you cling to what you know, even when what you know is causing you suffering. The demon of deception, Maya, haunts those born in October, weaving illusions around every aspect of your life. If you were born in this month, deception becomes a central force that quietly undermines your existence. The demon of deception means you often live behind masks. You create false narratives about who you are, about what you need, about the meaning of your choices. It could be the stories you tell yourself to justify actions, even when you know they lead you down a dangerous path. The demon keeps you from seeing reality clearly, distorting the way you perceive yourself and those around you. In relationships, this demon works by warping your perception of others. You may project qualities onto people that don't exist, imagining virtues or flaws where there are none. Perhaps you idealize someone, seeing them as perfect, when in truth they are deeply flawed. Or you believe someone is against you, harboring ill intentions, when in fact they are not. In the realm of ambition and work, deception seeps into your drive for success. You may chase goals that appear valuable on the surface, but are hollow underneath. The demon of deception persuades you to pursue achievements, recognition, or material wealth, believing they will bring you happiness. But once you attain them, you find only emptiness. Even in your self-reflection, this demon of illusion clouds your mind. You may believe you are a certain kind of person, but the truth of who you are remains hidden behind a curtain of self-deception. You tell yourself that you're confident, but deep down, insecurity drives many of your choices. For those of you born in October, Maya is a powerful force that quietly works against you, distorting every aspect of your life. It makes it hard to trust yourself, to trust others, and to see clearly what is real and what is not. This demon is always there, in the background, subtly twisting your perception and leading you further from the truth you so desperately seek. This is the nature of the demon of deception for those born in October. It is a force that distorts, manipulates, and conceals, creating a life built on falsehoods, where the truth is always just out of reach. And it is in this constant state of illusion that your life becomes a maze, where clarity, peace, and truth remain elusive. The demon of resentment, upanaha, is the shadow that follows those born in November. This demon grips your soul tightly, feeding on past hurts, slights, and disappointments. It grows stronger with every grudge you hold, every perceived injustice that you refuse to let go. Those born in November carry this burden heavily, often without realizing how deeply it has embedded itself into their lives. Resentment makes you hard, rigid. It wraps you in a shell of bitterness, shielding you from vulnerability, but also from true connection. You may not even notice how often this demon rears its head, but it appears in your conversations, your thoughts, and even in your body language. A simple disagreement can trigger it, bringing up past emotions that have nothing to do with the present moment. This is how upanaha manipulates you, by dragging the past into the present, forcing you to relive old pain, and distorting your view of reality. For those born in November, upanaha also has a way of turning every slight, no matter how minor, into a monumental issue. You may find yourself holding grudges over things that others would easily forget. Small misunderstandings or missteps become symbols of deeper betrayals in your mind, and the damage doesn't stop there. Upanaha also affects your ability to see the good in people. When resentment takes root, it clouds your judgment. You start to interpret the actions of others through a lens of suspicion and mistrust. Even when someone offers kindness, you may question their motives. Those born in November often carry this demon unknowingly for years, allowing it to shape their lives in subtle but destructive ways. It might manifest in strained family relationships, lost friendships, or professional conflicts. And yet, upanaha is clever. It hides behind the justifications you create for your resentment. It tells you that you're right to feel this way, that your anger is justified, that others deserve your bitterness. For those born in November, this is the legacy of upanaha, the demon of resentment. It turns your past into a prison, trapping you in cycles of anger, bitterness, and regret. It convinces you that holding on to these emotions is the only way to protect yourself, when in reality, it is the very thing that is ruining your life. For those of you born in December, the demon that grips your life is the demon of despair, visada. This demon isn't just a fleeting emotion. It is a constant undercurrent, subtly influencing the way you perceive the world, draining the light from every corner of your existence. From the moment you begin to reflect on your life, the demon of despair is there, whispering in the back of your mind. It convinces you that no matter how hard you try, nothing will change, that your struggles are pointless, that your future is bleak. For those of you born in December, this demon thrives on your introspection, on your ability to look inward and see not potential, but failure. It corrupts your capacity for self-reflection, turning every thought inward like a knife, making you question your value in the world. You find yourself caught in cycles of negative thinking, believing that your best days are behind you, that others are moving forward while you remain stuck. The demon of despair also shapes your relationships. It makes you feel disconnected, as though no one truly sees or hears you, as though you are a ghost among the living. You may withdraw from people, believing that your presence brings no value, or that they are better off without you. It's not just about sadness. It's the absence of hope, the belief that there is no light at the end of the tunnel. This demon clouds your mind, making even small tasks feel overwhelming, as if the energy to move forward is being drained with every step. For those of you born in December, the despair makes you feel like an outsider in your own life, always observing, but never truly participating. You see this demon's hand in how you face decisions. It makes you hesitate, makes you second-guess every choice, paralyzing you in moments when action is needed. The fear of failure, the fear of disappointment, these are fed by the demon until it becomes easier to not act at all, to simply let life pass by. Even when surrounded by others, this despair isolates you internally, creating a barrier that separates you from joy and connection. Born in December, the demon convinces you that you're running out of time, that the window for happiness or success has already closed. It leaves you feeling trapped, as though every step you take is toward a dead end. This despair colors everything in gray: your ambitions, your dreams, your future. You feel as though no matter what you do, the result will be the same: emptiness. It whispers that even hope itself is a lie, a fleeting illusion that can never be grasped. Now that you've heard how your birth month reveals the demons that ruin your life, let's dive deeper into how to practically apply this knowledge. The demon associated with your birth month represents a powerful negative trait that influences your thoughts, decisions, and actions. It could be something like anger, pride, jealousy, or despair, and although it's subtle, it often shapes your behavior in ways you don't immediately notice. The first step in using this knowledge is awareness. Start by recognizing how this demon manifests in your life. If your demon is anger, for instance, observe the moments when you become easily irritated or frustrated. How does this emotion affect your interactions with others? Do you find yourself reacting impulsively or holding grudges? The key is to start paying attention to those triggers, the moments when the demon takes hold. This awareness helps you see the patterns of behavior that have been holding you back. Next, take the time to share these insights with others. Don't keep this information to yourself. Talk about it with friends, family, or people close to you. Discussing these ideas openly makes them more tangible. If your birth month demon is jealousy, for example, bring it up in conversation. You might realize that others struggle with similar feelings, and by talking about it, you can both work through it together. Sharing this knowledge can also help you recognize when your demon is active in real time. Others may point out moments where they see jealousy or anger affecting you, and having this kind of external feedback can be crucial in breaking the demon's hold. This practice of discussing and sharing helps you and those around you build a support system that can address these negative traits as they arise. Once you've reflected, it's time to take action. Knowing about the demon is just the beginning. You have to actively work to counter its influence in your life. If laziness or procrastination is your demon, start by setting small, manageable goals each day. These don't have to be huge changes, just consistent steps that push against your tendency to delay important tasks. This could mean committing to working on a project for 15 minutes each day, or making a to-do list that keeps you accountable. These actions, while small, are crucial. The demon tied to your birth month has likely been a part of your personality for years, quietly influencing your decisions and shaping your life's direction. But by recognizing it, talking about it, and making deliberate choices to counter its effects, you start to take control of your life back. The more you practice this awareness and take action, the less power the demon has over you. It's not about eliminating these traits entirely. Anger, pride, or jealousy may still arise, but it's about gaining the awareness and strength to keep them from ruling your life. If this video helped you, improved your knowledge, leave a like and subscribe buttons to receive more content from us. And please write this affirmation on the comments. I am healthy, thanks you, God. Share this video. Your interaction not only helps us improve our videos, but also help other people to find answers to questions important for them.